Hey folks, today, let's bust a myth. Not every dog is a blank slate waiting for treats and praise to shape them. Some breeds run on instincts so powerful, even pros tread carefully. Positive reinforcement is great, but centuries of breeding for traits like aggression and drive don't vanish with a snack. These instincts are hardwired, written into their DNA. Enter the concept of the genetic ceiling, a point where no amount of training can override deep-rooted drives. Today, we'll look at 5 breeds that even experts respect for their unstoppable instincts. First up, let's talk about the Belgian Malinois, a breed that's more than just a dog. It's a living, breathing force of nature. These dogs are legendary for their intensity, their focus, and their sheer drive. If you've ever seen a Malinois in action, you know there's something almost electric about the way they move and react to the world around them. Their prey drive is so intense, it's like flipping a switch. Suddenly, nothing else matters. The world narrows down to a single point of focus, whether it's a ball, a moving animal, or even a shadow. In that moment, their entire being is dedicated to the chase, and it's nearly impossible to break their concentration. I've seen Malinois leap 6-foot fences without hesitation, scaling obstacles that would stop most dogs in their tracks. When their instincts kick in, they can become completely deaf to commands, ignoring even the most experienced handlers. It's not defiance, it's pure, unfiltered instinct taking over. This isn't stubbornness, it's a biological response, carefully bred for generations. The Malinois was designed to work, to herd, to protect, and to pursue. Their ancestors were selected for their relentless energy and unwavering focus, and those traits are still front and center today. Standard obedience often fails when their drive takes over. You can have the best treats, the most exciting toys, and the clearest commands, but when a Malinois is locked onto a target, all of that becomes background noise. It's a humbling experience for even the most seasoned dog owners. I once worked with a Malinois who, once locked onto a moving target, was unreachable. Treats, toys, nothing worked. It was as if the rest of the world faded away, and only the chase remained. This level of focus is both awe-inspiring and at times, a little intimidating. The saying, "no bad dogs, only bad trainers," doesn't always hold up here. With Malinois, it's not about a lack of training or effort, it's about understanding the raw power of their instincts. Sometimes, even the best trainers find themselves outmatched by the sheer willpower of these dogs. With Malinois, even the best trainers are sometimes just along for the ride. You can guide, you can redirect, but you can't always control. It takes humility and a willingness to adapt, because these dogs will challenge you in ways you never expected. You need more than skill. You need deep respect for their nature. It's about partnership, not dominance. If you try to overpower a Malinois, you'll lose. But if you learn to work with their instincts, you'll unlock a level of teamwork that's truly remarkable. Unless you can channel that drive every single day through work, play, and training, you're asking for trouble. A bored Malinois is a recipe for disaster. They need a job, a purpose, and an outlet for all that energy. This breed won't become a couch potato just because you want it. If you try to force them into a sedentary lifestyle, you'll end up with a frustrated, anxious, and potentially destructive dog. Their minds and bodies crave action. Their instincts are always simmering, ready to erupt at the slightest trigger. Whether it's a squirrel outside the window or a jogger passing by, their alertness never truly shuts off. Living with a Malinois means being prepared for that intensity every single day. So before you bring one home, ask yourself, can you truly handle a dog whose instincts can override even the best training? The Belgian Malinois is not for the faint of heart, but for those who are ready. They offer a partnership like no other. Next, let's talk about the Dutch Shepherd, a breed that's often compared to the Belgian Malinois, but with a focus and intensity that can feel almost supernatural. These dogs don't just pay attention, they zero in with a laser-like concentration that's hard to break. It's as if when they decide something matters, the rest of the world simply ceases to exist for them. When a Dutch Shepherd locks onto a target, Whether it's a ball, a moving animal, or a task you've given them, everything else fades into the background. Their eyes narrow, their body tenses, and you can almost see the gears turning in their mind. It's a level of focus that can be both awe-inspiring and, at times, a little intimidating. Try calling their name or snapping your fingers when they're in the zone. More often than not, it's like you're invisible. You could be waving your arms, clapping, or even offering treats, and they'll barely acknowledge you. It's not stubbornness in the traditional sense. It's a single-mindedness that's hardwired into their DNA. This isn't disobedience, it's genetics at work. Dutch Shepherds were bred for generations to be independent thinkers and relentless workers. Their ancestors needed to make decisions on their own, often in challenging environments, and that legacy lives on in every modern Dutch Shepherd. Their energy is nearly impossible to drain. You can take them for a long run, play fetch for hours, or put them through agility drills, and they'll still be ready for more. It's not just physical stamina, it's mental endurance too. They crave challenges and thrive on having a job to do. Positive reinforcement, which works wonders with many breeds, can hit a wall fast with Dutch Shepherds. If the task doesn't interest them, or if they're fixated on something else, even the tastiest treat might not get their attention. You have to be creative and persistent, constantly finding new ways to engage their mind. If you don't give them a job, they'll invent one, often with destructive results. Boredom is the enemy of the Dutch Shepherd. Left to their own devices, they'll find ways to entertain themselves, and that can mean chewed furniture, dug-up gardens, or shredded shoes. I've seen Dutch Shepherds become completely fixated on the tiniest movement, a squirrel in the yard, a leaf blowing in the wind, or a toy rolling across the floor. Once they've set their sights on something, they'll ignore everything else until their self-assigned mission is complete. It's a testament to their drive and determination. Standard obedience is just the beginning for these dogs. They need real work, complex tasks, scent detection, agility, or advanced training that pushes their limits. Without constant mental challenges, they can become restless and frustrated. Try to out-stubborn a Dutch Shepherd, and you'll quickly realize it's a losing battle. Their determination is legendary. If they believe they're right, they'll stand their ground, no matter how much you try to persuade them otherwise. Their drive isn't something you can train out of them, it's something you have to manage every single day. Consistent exercise, structured routines, and ongoing training are essential to keep their minds and bodies satisfied. If you're not up to the task, a Dutch Shepherd will quickly start making their own decisions. They're not the type to wait around for instructions if they sense you're not in control or engaged. Many professional trainers admire Dutch Shepherds from a distance, fully aware that these dogs aren't for everyone. Their intelligence and drive are remarkable, but they demand a handler who's equally committed and capable. To truly succeed with a Dutch Shepherd, you have to meet them on their terms. It's a partnership built on mutual respect, understanding, and a willingness to adapt your approach to fit their unique personality. So the real question is, can you handle a dog whose focus is so intense, it can shut out the entire world? With the right person, a Dutch Shepherd is an incredible companion, but they'll always keep you on your toes. Meet the Caucasian Shepherd, a colossal, ancient guardian whose very presence commands respect. For centuries, this breed has stood as the first and last line of defense for flocks, facing down wolves, bears, and even human intruders in the harshest mountain regions. Their story is woven into the fabric of rural life, where survival often depended on the courage and instincts of these remarkable dogs. What truly sets the Caucasian Shepherd apart is its fiercely independent judgment. Unlike many breeds that look to their handler for every cue, these dogs are hardwired to assess situations on their own. They'll make decisions in the moment, sometimes overruling their handler if they believe it's necessary to protect their charges. You're not working with a dog who waits for your every command. Instead, you're partnering with an animal whose instincts have been honed over generations to act autonomously, especially in moments of crisis. This means they may walk ahead, scan the horizon, or even ignore you if they sense something you don't. Their instincts run so deep that, when a threat is perceived, they act on their own authority, swiftly and decisively. This is not a dog that hesitates or second-guesses. Their protective drive is immediate and unwavering. No amount of treats, praise, or obedience training can fully override these instincts. While they can learn commands, their ancient programming always takes precedence in moments of perceived danger. I've witnessed a Caucasian Shepherd ignore every command when he decided a neighbor was a threat. His focus absolute, his body language unmistakable. Only when he was convinced the situation was safe did he relent, returning to a calm state as if nothing had happened. This isn't simple stubbornness or disobedience. It's the genetic sealing in action. Their behavior is the result of centuries of selective breeding for independence and courage. These dogs were bred to work alone, often in remote, dangerous environments, making life or death decisions without human guidance. Their ability to think and act independently was essential for the survival of the flock and themselves. Positive reinforcement and patient training can build a strong bond, but their guardian instincts will always take precedence. They may love and trust you, but their first loyalty is to their protective role. When you bring a Caucasian Shepherd into your life, you're not just getting a pet, you're managing a living relic of a wilder, more dangerous time. Their presence is a reminder of the ancient partnership between humans and dogs, forged in the crucible of survival. The responsibility is immense. If you misjudge a situation or fail to manage their instincts, the consequences can be serious, not just for you, but for others around you. So before you consider this breed, ask yourself, are you truly ready to share your life with a dog whose judgment, instincts, and sense of duty may sometimes outweigh your own? The Caucasian Shepherd is not for everyone, but for those who understand and respect their ancient mind, the bond can be extraordinary. Meet the Tibetan Mastiff, legendary for independence and protective instincts. Bred to guard villages in harsh environments, their autonomy is unmatched. They don't just wait for direction, they act on their own. Treats and praise often bounce right off. Living with a Tibetan Mastiff means constant negotiation, not command. Even with respect and leadership, their instincts can take over. I've seen them patrol property, deciding for themselves who's a threat. Their independence is both strength and challenge. Standard training often falls short. You guide, but rarely command. If you want a partner, not just a pet, and can respect their judgment, this breed might be for you. Finally, the Border Collie, a different kind of intensity. Their obsessive drive to herd and work can spiral out of control. That herding eye can lock onto anything that moves, and once it does, it's nearly impossible to break. I've seen collies herd children, cars, even shadows. If not channeled, their energy turns inward, spinning, chasing, even self-harm. Positive reinforcement hits the genetic ceiling fast. No amount of exercise is ever enough for some collies. Trainers can redirect, but never cure, their need to work. Without a real job, they can become unmanageable. Before falling for their bright eyes, ask, are you ready for a dog who can never truly relax? Some dogs aren't just pets, they're living legacies of intense breeding. Owning these breeds is an ethical responsibility, not just a training challenge. If you're not ready for their needs, admire them from afar. The greatest kindness is to respect them as they are, not as we wish them to be. That's real love, and what these incredible dogs deserve. If you enjoyed this video, smash that like button and subscribe to the channel.